Hey guys, I have to be really quiet because my baby's asleep right now and I'd like to keep it that way. So this is for, I guess anyone who's interested in water fasting, but especially for women who want to water fast while they're breastfeeding. I am not a doctor or qualified in any way. This is just what my experiences has been, so I thought I'd share that with you. I am currently about 67 hours into my fast, so day 3. This has been hard for me. I did do intermittent fasting with some success for a while, then not so much success, and I didn't feel so good anymore, and I wasn't really holding to it anymore as well as I used to be able to, and then just having issues with some health and inflammation and anxiety and depression. I have a lot of issues that I'm trying to kickstart by doing this, I hope. This isn't for me about weight loss. That's a cool perk if I can get a little bit of that. I've only lost probably about 6 pounds so far. But for me, I feel like this is a step towards having a body that functions well enough to better, burn fat and digest things better, and basically just will help me on my journey to losing a little bit more weight. And I'm not like finicky. I'm more about being healthy than like having a certain number on the scale. But I don't feel healthy yet, I feel like I'm going to be getting there. So yeah, everybody has their own journey and has their own needs and like mindset and stuff. So no judgments here. As for the breastfeeding, my baby is, let's see, she turns 2 in August, so I cannot maths today. So I'm open to the idea of naturally weaning if this dries up my milk supply, but so far I haven't seen any decrease in my supply. I realize that there's a lot of talk about toxins and things in the milk supply, but I've also done a lot of research that just a very small amount of toxins go into your milk, a very, very small amount, supposedly. I am keeping a close eye on her. She hasn't seemed ill in any way, shape, or form. She's not fussy. She seems happy and content. If you're somebody who has taken like a lot of crazy medications, I don't mean that in an insulting way, just like the kind that are like really hard on you or could be really bad for your baby, be aware that that is something that can go into your fat supply. And as that gets burned in ketosis, that is something you should probably talk to your health provider about before you try doing this, especially if you want to keep nursing. I don't know that I would risk it, but that's something you need to research on your own and kind of figure out for yourself. Just a caution there to be aware that that can happen. I've never been on like any heavy medications or anything like that, so I'm not worried about that. But obviously we are surrounded by toxins in our environment a lot. So, I'm just trying to keep a close eye on things and use my intuition. I feel pretty crappy today. I'm not gonna lie. I've never gone this long without eating. It's not so fun. I haven't had my salt water. I start my day out with a little bit of sea salt in my water with actually some Dr. Berg's wheatgrass juice powder. I feel like that's giving me the nutrients and things that I'm lacking while I'm fasting. And it really does help me not feel so icky after I've taken that. So I haven't had that yet today, so that's probably why I'm feeling extra icky right this minute. And dry mouth. I just woke up. Sorry. So sorry, I'm kind of brain foggy right now. The point I was going to get at is that I have experienced some pretty crazy diarrhea this morning, and I, so be aware that that can happen. I'm like, what have I even eaten? Nothing, so why? But I guess there's stuff still in your body that needs to evacuate. Sorry. I drink probably about 3 liters of water a day, but sometimes a little bit less. I try to listen to my body. I also started doing that apple cider vinegar tablespoon or 2 in my last water of the day. That didn't sit so well on my tummy last night. I feel like that might have contributed to triggering the diarrhea, but I don't know. But I'm going to keep at it because I've heard that's really important. I don't know how yet. I need to do some more research. But so yeah, ladies, again, as long as you don't have a lot of, psychotropic, I don't know, drugs or anything in your past that could be in your fat stores, I think you could probably give it a shot. Also, just if you're okay with, if your baby's old enough and, it's about that time to naturally start weaning, I think it's a little bit safer to try this. But yeah, like I said, so far I haven't had any decrease in my milk supply. She is my number 8 baby, so, I've had some other babies to experience breastfeeding with, and everything seems a-okay. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be fasting for. Probably at least 5 or 6 days. I'd really like to get some of that bona fide beef bone broth to come out of my fast with, because that's really highly recommended for the collagen and stuff, to ease your body out, because I've heard it's just as important how you come out of your fast as it is fasting. And when your gut's super clean, like it is, after fasting, you want the first things that you put in there to be of the most benefit, that will do the most good, and maybe like make sure you're contributing to the right kind of flora in your gut. So I've heard you start with beef broth, and then you go to like the next day you do beef broth and some like fermented foods. Like, make sure they're quality though. You want to make sure it's been done correctly. So maybe just do a little bit of research about different kinds of fermented foods like kimchi and kombucha, whatever. So yeah, that's my advice for you. I hope this has been helpful, and I will probably check in later. I started out this at the weight, if you're curious, at like 148, and I am 142. So again, it's not for me about the weight loss, but I mean, it's an added benefit. It's just right now it's probably not anything but water weight and maybe a little bit of muscle. I guess after day 3, that's when you really start getting into ketosis, and it's the fat burning. So I want to continue this for at least a couple of more days. But I'm going to be trying to listen to my body. So we'll see. And that's all for now.